What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Alright.
Yeah. My respect to NO back there. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Alright, I'm trying to do this poem by memory, but if I mess up, then I'm just going to refer to my paper. Reason why, this is a true story. So if y'all want to cry, y'all can cry. Go right ahead. It's deep, alright? It's called A Conversation. I pulled up to a corner, and this chick was staring at me like I rolled up on her. She was pleasing to the eyes, about 5'5", hair hung down past her ears. She said, "What's up?" to me, as if I should have had a prepared response. I simply said, "Nothing." This was, she looked at me and could tell I wasn't a John. Her name was Yvonne, the very first prostitute. This was not an easy conversation with Jill. This type of conversation could get me killed. And if I touched her, it could get me ill. If undercover cop would send me up to get locked or jacked, so I watched my front and my back and asked, "Why do you do this?" Her breath hung over the passenger side door. They popped out and almost hit the floor. I said, "Put those away. Just to see them, you might make me want to pay." She said she does it sometimes for quick money or a quick fix. I asked, "Are you on heroin, coke, or crack?" She said, "Hell no, none of that." It was simply money that she liked. I invited her into my car and we parked beside a building. There was no touching and definitely no feeling. I just wanted to hear her story. She went to parochial school, Catholic school, and medical school, but didn't quite possess the right tools to get ahead. So instead, she gives head, dreaded her babies go to bed unfed. She stayed down on bended knees, got caught up in crazy weed, and the dudes that sold it to her decided that she would be good to sell. On these streets, she was known as Mademoiselle or the boss, but the only job she gave were the ones that came after blow. I could see the pain in her eyes as her story went on. I had nowhere to go, so I said, "Please carry on." She said, "Just because I'm a whore doesn't mean that I don't want more out of this life, this living, begging God for forgiveness, sharing the same prayers with my children. Before I lay them down to sleep, she says, I pray thy Lord to keep me safe on these streets." We talked about men and how she's been hurt so much, never felt a loving kiss or a tender touch. She was spiritual, but troubled, would love to be in love, but far from nuptial. She's always just been a jump-off. No relationship claims to fame, no boyfriends, at one time a girlfriend that brought her family shame. She's looking for more than a hug, no squares or thugs, just a few bucks to make ends meet and to keep her cheeks sweet tinted in her favorite color blush. I kid you not. She said that she was too hot for TV and too fine to fuck for free. So men had to pay. All I wanted to do was listen. Listen. To be that ear and to listen to her tears as each one hit the ground that she holsters on, screaming like thunder trapped in a heart-shaped pill box that was once filled with antidepressants and sleeping pills. And to see her words as I visualized her on these city streets, the fear of strange men was overcome by the fear that her kids wouldn't eat, sleep on dirty sheets, or complain about the roaches that encroaches on their youth. She wears shades to hide her eyes, cause inside she cries out in pain, not physical but mental. When dicks slide up in her or when her kids cry for her. When bellies are empty, there's a lost hope. A little bit of dope she smoked to help her cope with the notes left on her apartment door. Tears she shed as her landlord said, one more complaint and she's out on the street, but this time with her kids dragging at her feet. She used to go to church and was never a sinner. Then she met homeboy and thought he was a winner until he begged and begged to let his friends run up in her. She used to dance and strip, got paid to suck dick, got paid to give up ass, then got fired and kept up her craft. I have to say I was upset with men, myself being one of them. But I didn't force her to be out at night. She didn't have a pimp or a chain to the streetlights. She did what she had to do, but it wasn't right, to me. In and out of cars, hiding in shadows, hiding behind bars, doing God knows what for a fee. She was abused as a child and a grown woman by the same man. How could it be? It was her choice to silence her voice and deal with it silently. Her self-defeat made her run these streets in heels as high as stop sign. And here I am in mine. My cash, my car, my jobs, my sobs. As each line she spit lashed my manhood like a whip and tore the skin from my soul. What we men do to hurt our women. What we do to create these holes. Holes that can only be filled with the replaying of the trauma in their minds. To soothe the bruise and to heal what she feels inside. This woman, this prostitute, says thanks for the conversation and thank you for the time. But I gotta get mine, gotta get that dime, as she disappeared into the passenger side of the next man's ride. This is my conversation with a prostitute.